That's all it is. He said, what did he say? Read, son.
Behold,
I
give unto you
power
to tread on serpents and scorpions.
You can tread on serpents and scorpions.
And over all the power of the enemy.
Over all the power of the enemy.
And nothing shall by any means hurt you.
By any means.
Our Lord God.
You can't do nothing to me. Can't do nothing. That's why I say to God every now and then, you should just go hit the devil. Just go sock him. Yeah. You ain't got to worry about it. He can't do nothing. He can't do nothing. Isn't that right? When you think about it, just walk over and just hit him. You wake up in the morning, just go past him and just hit him for nothing. No reason. Go on. The devil go past him. I'm on my way to church. Hit him again. You can't do that. What you going to do? What you going to do? Huh? What you going to do? What you going to do? Huh? What you going to do? You can't do nothing. Do you get the point? Yeah. He said, look, there's certain things that the enemy could retaliate and do this and that, but he's an handcuffs. He said, I led captivity captive. Yeah. Now, saints of God, I want to show you something, if you would. In Romans, the 7th chapter, the 7th verse, there's certain things that actually gave the devil license to destroy mankind. When the law came and commandment came, you find understanding of what's right gives us a responsibility to do what's right. And when we don't, it brings us into captivity. You understand? All right, how does it all happen? Romans, the 7th chapter, just a little bit more, and we're going to take the handcuffs off in a second. Hang with me, son. Come on.
What shall we say then?
You got to get the key. He said, what?
What shall we say then?
What shall we say then?
Is the law sin?
Is the law sin?
God forbid.
God forbid.
Nay.
I had not known sin.
But by the law. For I had not
known lust, except the law said, thou shalt not covet. Let me tell you something. When you found out that God said don't do it, then you became responsible. Now, if you did it, it brought you into captivity. Why? Because God said don't do it. This is a plain tablet here, and it means nothing. Isn't that right? But God says you shouldn't touch this. Immediately, now, the responsibility comes that if you touch it, you come into captivity of sin. Amen. Do you understand that? Once you have understanding of right and wrong, and you know what it's all about, then sin entered into. All right? Let's find out what damage it did. What did it destroy? Come on.
But sin.
Taking occasion by the commandment. Taking occasion by what?
By the commandment.
By the commandment. That's the only way. Person that don't know wrong and don't know that this is a commandment, don't know this and that, then there's no possibility of sin like that. Isn't that right? But he said, the sin taking an occasion or opportunity through the commandment did what?
Wrought in me.
All manner of all manner. Once sin gets started, it's going to bring in all manner. It's going to bring in other things. You think that, well, I'm just going to not be saved, but I ain't going to go so far. Let me tell you something. You don't decide how far you go. Right. You might be a nice young lady today, but the devil will turn you into an old hag tomorrow. That's right. I'm telling you, don't fool around. Listen, the testimony of the saints should be enough for you to run. That's right. Amen. Do you hear the testimonies of the saints? That's right. Are we pleading with those of you who are unsaved this morning? Do you hear the testimony of the saints? They coming in with one ear tore off and blinded eye, head cracked wide open. Saints, I thank God saved me. I escaped. And you're going to go out there the same way? Oh, God. Here it is, a man stumbled down from out of the alley into the light, and blood streaming and all this, and eyes torn out, nose ripped off. And said, don't go down that alley. I just can't. Thank God I escaped. And you mean to tell me you're going to say, oh, I'm going down there anyway? You're going to go down the same alley that this man just stumbled out of, where his whole head was half torn off? The saint of God making the church. You see these young men coming to church saying there's still nothing out there. That's right. I thank God for saving me. I thank God for this or that. They didn't have to be pushed in here, amen, by assistance or this or that, or actually, amen, in a worse case, but they came in here seeing that, look, ain't nothing out there and I want to be saved. Amen. See, Brother Al, amen, up in age, but still say, look, ain't nothing out there, I want to be saved. Don't that tell you something? Don't that tell you what are you going out there for? The young and the old is saying, ain't nothing out there. That's right. Look, I've tried the road of sin. And found his prospects all deceived. That's right. Look, everything out there, the devil, he paints a beautiful picture, but it's not real. That's right. When you reach for it, you're going to find it's a mirage. It's fake. That's right. It's not real. The devil telling you, you're going to have this, you're going to have that. It's a lie. That's right. Once the devil, he says, he's bloodthirsty. He's bloodthirsty. He said, Lord, let me out. Let me out. And God is just in his mercy saying, no, give him another chance. Give him another chance. Don't destroy. If you are sane this morning, it's only by the mercy of God. If you even still have your mental faculties to deduce, it's by the mercy of God. Brothers say, look, I could have been in West Central. Anybody could have lost our minds a long time ago. It was the mercy of God. Mercy of God. Come on and read, son.
But sin, taken occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscences. For without the law, sin was dead.
Come on.
For I was alive without the law once.
I was alive without the law once.
But when the commandment
came, listen, when the commandment came,
sin revived.
That's why I'm telling you, you can't sin and still be saved. See, why? Because when the commandment came, what? It was a duty to obey the commandment and live, and if you didn't, then you would die. It's one or the other. Come on and read.
But when the commandment came, sin revived.
Sin revived.
And I died.
And I died.
And the commandment,
come on,
which was ordained to life,
come on,
I found to be unto death.
The commandment which is ordained to life, and thank God it still is today. Isn't that right? Yes. Come on.
For sin, taken occasion by the commandment,
deceived me. The sin is deceptive. It deceived me and slew. Come on.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy.
The commandment is holy, just and good. Come on.
Was then that which is good made death unto me?
Go ahead.
God forbid. But sin,
that it might appear sinful, working death in me. By the which good the sin of might become exceedingly sinful. Read.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal. So
under sin. Now, once you become in the bondage of sin, what's going to happen? This will be your life.
For that which I do, I allow not.
For that which I do, I allow not.
For what I would, that do I not.
I want to do certain things, but I don't do it. Why?
But what I hate, that do I.
I don't like it. I cry afterwards. I shed tears. I regret that I ever did it. I hate that I did it. I feel so bad. I'm ashamed. I don't even want to tell anybody what I did. I'm so embarrassed about it. I hate that I did it. Why did you do it? Because you couldn't help it. That's right. And you're going to do some more that you can't help. Why? Because the devil he's a master. He's a master. Oh, I've seen some young ladies, they'll backslide and go out there in the world for a little bit. They still wear their little dresses. Oh, see, they still feel like, look, if I could just hold on to some part of my salvation. Something that I used to, my teaching, I used to that, but on by and by. The devil will let you wear your skirt and tear you up outside. You'll be a devil in a skirt. He don't care nothing about that little skirt. That'll be the last thing that he tear off you. He's done that. Well, I still wearing my skirt. Devil don't care about that. Certain things I won't wear, certain things I won't do this and that. Devil don't care. He's tearing you up from the inside out. He's destroying you from the inside out. It doesn't matter about this or that. You ain't just got to prove a pair and say, now look, I ain't say, oh no, that's the end result. After that, he's already got you. Come on.
If then I do that which I would not,
come on,
I consent unto the law that it is good.
It is good. Now that it is no more I that do it, but what?
Sin dwelleth in me.
That dwelleth in me. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. He says, now after you have escaped from the bondage of sin, after he let you free, you mean to tell me, after God actually delivered you, remember in 2 Peter, he says, after God actually, before Galatians, that's a better one. Galatians, the 4th chapter, you remember? It says that at one time you were in bondage, and you will return. Galatians 4, give me 9.
But now, after that ye have known God, or rather are known of God, how turn ye again to the weak and beggarly elements? Whereunto you desire again to be in bondage.
Do you actually desire again to be in bondage? I mean, I don't understand. Do you actually desire? There you go, son. Found me. Sorry about that. He says, wait a minute. Now, at one time, see, the devil won't get free. He can't wait to get free. Because he wants to tear somebody's life out. He can't wait to get free. And God has, in so many words, given you the keys. In so many words, if you understand what I'm saying. What you allow him to do in your life, that's what he's allowed to do. And you mean to tell me the devil would have killed you a long time ago? You're going to actually take the handcuffs off of him? You're going to actually, he didn't do enough damage the first time? He didn't do enough damage to you the first time? And you're going to fool around and play with him again? You're going to actually take a chance at unhooking him? All right, Mr. Devil, now you be real nice, okay? Now be still. I know they didn't have you on for a long time. Okay, Mr. Devil? You nice? You smiling? Okay, all right. Let me see here. We'll let you loose, Mr. Devil. Okay. You still nice? Okay. All right. We're going to let the devil loose. See, everybody out here seeing ain't done a lot of wrong. Everybody ain't on dope. Everybody don't have babies. Lord help. You laughing? That's how the devil will be now. You laugh. Oh, soon as he get halfway free, he gonna leap on you and tear you to shreds. Soon as he get halfway free, he gonna leap on you and try to destroy you. He gonna take everything you have. He gonna sift all the good. It says Satan had desire. He desired to have you. He want to have you. But all it takes is him to get free, that he might do what? He says, Peter, Satan had desired to have you. And this morning, let me tell you something. Young people, Satan had desired to have you. Saints of God, Satan had desired to have you.